everyone. Okay, so this is going to be a different kind of video. Somebody in one of the Facebook groups that I'm in actually has asked me to share the dies, the stitching dies that I have. Okay, and as many of you know, I have been designing stitching dies for Paper Tray Ink for a little over a year now. So I have been collecting stitching dies for a long time. Probably not as long as some of you have, but but I have quite a few in my stash. And first thing I'll say is no, I'm not looking to get rid of any of them. So if there's any question about that, I'm gonna just answer that question right now. I'm not looking to get rid of any of them, since this is something that I've decided to kind of work in my crafting. I don't think I'll be getting rid of any of them anytime soon. So in case you're wondering, there's the answer to that. But I do have my stitching dies kind of organized in the same manner. I store them in the same manner as every other die or stamp that I have, which is in these white bins, which I will show you as soon as I switch over to the next set of dies, because this bin that's sitting right next to me is pretty heavy because it's full of paper tray dies. Okay, and so this first bin that I'm going to share with you is all paper tray dies, I believe, and they're in a sort of grouping. I use these tabs that I cut down, and it's a very thick plastic. These come from the scrapbook paper storage thing that I used to have. I had a lot of extra ones, so I just cut the big 12 by 12 dividers that were inside of it down to fit my bin, so I could separate out by whatever group I decided. And they're not labeled, which is fine. I don't seem to have a problem finding stuff, but let me get started. There is a lot of dies to go through, so please bear with me. You don't have to watch this video to the end. Obviously, you could just stop whenever you get bored. But somebody asked me to show them. I don't have them all labeled, but most of them are. This is a stitching lines die, and I have more than one set of these, as you can see. A lot of dies I do have more than one set of, simply because sometimes I will store them with something else and keep them together just because of ease of use. And you can see this one's an all over one. I don't even know the name of it because I didn't put that in there. This one is a for the hoops, for those embroidery hoops. That's what this is for. And there's also a circle die inside of here. Now there may be other dies down in there. I'm not going to even bother to open it. But this is hoopla stitch circle. That's what this is. And then you have these circles here to make different stitching components. This is the barrette die, and you get a base and a layer to go on top. I think I probably have more than one of those floating around in my bin. This is the seasonal stitching notebook paper. So it really goes this way. You guys remember that composition paper when you were in school? If you were somewhere around my age or older, you probably remember that red and blue line paper, unless it was just one color for you, where you learn how to do your letters. That's what this is. This is the baby booties die set, and I have that all together, stored together here. This makes a 3-dimensional baby booty, so you can actually give that to as a gift for somebody. It will probably fit a baby's foot, depending on how old the child is. This is the phone case die. Now, there's also an accessory die that goes with the phone case, but mine might be somewhere else because I've used it recently. But there is an accessory die for that too. Okay, this is the Stitch Coasters die, and I think I've shown this before because I've used this recently in the last few months. So this is Stitch Coasters. And I'll say, you know, if you look on the Paper Tray Ink website, some of these dies may be in stock, but they may also be out of stock. So you just have to email customer service if you're interested in something and they are out of stock. This is a square. Okay, there's a square monogram frame in here, which I have used recently on a tote bag. And then there's actually a tray that it fits into, so you can actually do a monogram in the center here. Now, This doesn't actually have a letter monogram. It's just a decorative die right here. And you can use letters inside of it if you want. These two dies right here are sold separately, and they are the edges, decorative edges for this tray. So this makes a square tray. This is the stitched gift bag from Paper Tray Ink. You can see what it makes. And you can actually do this, you know, obviously with a gusset or without a gusset. It's up to you. And it comes with different, this is one of the side panels, I believe, and this is a bottom panel. This is a bottom panel as well. And then this is a decorative oval for this handle. This one is the needle book, and the needle book, you can make several pages for it. I've made one before. I don't have it because I gifted it. But these are the different pieces for the needle book. And of course, you have the cover, and then you have the pages for the inside. This is the stitched bow. So this makes a layered bow. Nothing else in there. This is the coffee cozy. Now you can cut this from paper, which is why you have this type of die here. And then you can add the stitching lines if you cut it from felt. Well, if you cut it from paper, you can also add stitching lines. It's better if you cut it from felt, though, I think. It makes a nice gift because I have gifted this one. And I happen to have two of these. This is the stitched bicycle. I've never made this one, which is probably why it doesn't have a label. But it is a stitched bicycle. You can see here. This is the key fob, stitch key fob. There are two dies in here. You probably can see it. You don't get two dies. I ordered two dies again because I'm, you know, one of those people who, if I'm usually making more than one when it's for, you know, gifts and stuff. So I like to be able to maximize my die cutting, and these can fit side by side on a piece of Paper Tray Ink felt and rolled through. So you get double the cut. Now all of these dies in here, which I said I wasn't going to do this, but there are accessory dies, and there's 3 different ones, I believe. There's a stitch medallion 1, 2, and 3. They all fit the key fob. But you know, as you're stitching, you can use any of these on other dies that are going to be able to fit them. So you always have to think outside of the box when you're buying dies and stuff, because it's obviously it's money. And you can use these on other things, like that tray that I was just showing you. These little designs will fit in the tray. So if you wanted a different design, you have it. This is another tray. This is a rectangular one. And it does have its own monogram as well. But again, I don't think it's in here because I have it out to use it for something else. So I do have that as well. This is an older stitching set. This came out, let's see. I'm going to say this came out separately. This is the, it's got instructions. Oh, this came out during Stamp Affair. So this is it's like a necklace pendant. And you can add different flowers to the pendant to make it look like something like this. So I have actually other dies, so I kind of lied. I have some of my flower dies that I have on this here. It doesn't come with all this. This is the die that you get. But I have some of my memory box dies stored with it because I wanted to try and make one, and then I ran out of time, which is often what happens to me. So there is that, but that is a paper tray die, the medallion. 2015 kit exclusive. So there you go. Okay, that's the first section, which I had pulled out, and then I'll just pull out these and hopefully we can move along. I'm trying not to take too long, but I know it's going to. These are going to all be alphas or words. This is a tiny stitch alpha. You can see you would make letters out of these. This is the 2017 or 2022 through 2018, maybe. I don't know. 2020 maybe. different years. Yeah, 2022 through 2018. So if you're making ornaments, keepsakes, and you want to put the year on it, there you go. It's kind of big though, so you would want it for something larger. I have 2 sets of this small stitched alpha. These are a different size than these. You could see that difference in size. You never know when you want to personalize something. This is the Letterman stitched alphas and numbers. So I have the numbers here, and I think I have, oh wait, no, these are just numbers. So this is the base for the numbers, and then I have these where you can sew it down to the whatever the background is. So I actually have 2 sets, I think, in here. So Stylish numbers and alphas. So there's 2 sets of numbers because I got crazy thinking I didn't have the numbers, and I ordered it twice. But again, sometimes you have things like 1990 that you have to cut, 2 9s or something like that, you know, 2007 or something like that, two zeros to do. So there's letters and numbers here, and then of course inside the letter set, I have both these types of letters where you cut it just to the base of the felt, and then the ones that cut the actual letter out. So you would cut both and line up basically onto these holes that you'd be cutting. So I have both those sets. And looky, I got another one. Yep. This is So Stylish Alpha 1. So, of course, the base has a different name. So you can see these cut the letters. I don't know why I have multiple sets sometimes. Sometimes I get crazy and forget I already have them. This one is cross-stitched. So this is meant for like a cross-stitch look. There's a coordinating stamp that I store in here together with these letters. And so if you cut these, you can cross-stitch your letters into whatever felt you're using. And now I can't close it. There we go. There's another set. Like I said, sometimes I get a little crazy. All right, so we've got some shells, a bird, a butterfly, lemon, summer fruit. Is this one's called summer fruit. Could be a lemon or an orange. Got some hearts. These don't work as well, I think, because when she was first designing, the holes were too close together. So this is kind of like at your own risk. The holes are just too close together here to stitch, I think. But I've got 2 sets because I love hearts. And this is the bookmarks one. Ask me why those are together. I have no idea, but they are. So there we go. That is the letters and some other shapes. Okay. And we're still on the first bin. Sorry for my arm. I'm going to try and show you the rest. This is one of those, I think it's a Scandinavian thing, but this makes a heart. So you weave it together and you can actually sew them at the end. Okay, this is the cell phone details die that I was talking about. So you get an argyle pattern and you get a chevron pattern and you get some stripes. Pencils? Anybody? So this goes with that notebook. These are the words thanks, wish, hello, and love. And then I have more, this in a different font. Noel, joy, love, be, peace, happy, no, merry, holly, jolly. So there's those. The witch's hat and the boots. And I have 2 pairs of boots. This is the softy die, the softy sweater, and I have multiples of the sweater because, of course, when you're doing this, you're going to sew them together. But I have 2 sets of the softy sweater and 2 sets of the softy because I bought the actual entire set here. And, of course, the arms and the body and all the other things to decorate the softy, like the tie, the glasses. There's a mustache in here. some other pieces, like the facial expressions. I think this is a pocket right here. And then there's this oval. I have not made the softie. And I also have the stamp for the softie. So I got to remember that because sometimes it's nice to have that. I'm going to put that at the back. So I did buy extras of the softie decorated stuff, and there's a hanger for the clothes. But yeah, I keep the softie together in this, and the other ones I purchased I hadn't put in yet. The beaded cauldron, I've used this during Halloween. There's the witch's hat again. Apparently I have 2 of those. Oh, I have another pair of boots. How about that? There's a moon in here and candy corn. Oh, so these are like Halloween stuff. That makes a whole lot of sense. And a ghost. So these are a lot of Halloween dies. I should probably just put them all in this particular set, which I bought from somebody. It's Along Came a Spider, and you can see the spider here. This is a stamp set, but there's also a coordinating die with the spider body and some webs. That is pretty cool. So I got my Halloween stuff all together there. Okay, so this one makes the floss bobbin. There's floss bobbins in here. You probably can't see it. There's also this little tag for the floss bobbins right here. And then you've got some little decorative flowers, and then a stamp. But that's what all these are for the bobbins. There's buttons, and I got 3 sets of buttons, looks like. The scissor keep. Now the scissor keep was sitting right here. Here it is. Here's the scissor keep when you assemble it. And I actually have 2 sets in here. Because again, I'm extra and I have to do that. Here's again, I think this is for the toddler, the baby booty details. This goes with the baby booty. Some little fringe and bow and, decorative pieces. I don't know why that's separate. This is the pencil case. And there's another set of pencils. And then these are the leaves, and I've used this before too. It's been a while. There's actually a stamp set that coordinates to this. There's an apple, and what are these down here? Oh, this has got a heart and a chevron in here. I don't know why I think I separated them out because I was using them for something. This is a medallion. This goes. Well, there's 2 of them in here with flowers. This is for, well, you can use this on the needle book or other projects, obviously. There's a lot of different flowers and hearts and stuff in here and buttons. But this is a medallion. This is another decorative one. I really like this one. You could use this on the tray. Here's a rose. Cross-stitch rose. Now, this is a stamp set from Stamp Affair 2014. So this is the Regency one. I have the die that cuts all the holes, as well as the stamp that's in here. So I keep that together in this. This one is embroidered borders. So some decorative borders. I wasn't lying, guys. I got a lot. Stitch tag. So if you want to make a tag, there's the tag cut out. And then it's 2 pieces, so you can make a pocket, basically. And then I have another tag die in there. Look at that. And then stitched frame collage. Collage? There we go. And then this one's the chicken scratch. So you can do cross stitch on this. Make a pattern for a card front. Or if you don't want to make a card, make it into something else. You can use your brain. You can do it. It's so easy. Everybody, even I thought this at the beginning, that some of these projects would take a long time. Now, cross-stitching is not my thing. Anybody who does it, I commend you because I just can't get into it. Journal card 7. But cross-stitching does take a long time, to me. As a kid, I tried it and never finished the project. This one is, I don't know what it's called. but it's a lot of different labels, like stitching labels. So you could stitch these onto your projects if they're large enough to fit on the body of whatever you're stitching. But that's what these are for. So that is the first bin of dies. And like I said, there are 2 more bins, but they're not as full as this one. This is probably the most full. Okay, I'm going to put this back on my shelf and show you the next. All right, so this is the bin that I just moved. All of my bins are the same because they all fit in the same type of shelving unit. And this still has paper tray ink dies in it, but most of them are the ones that I've designed. So this is the spring chicken. And this is the last one I just did. It's for the March release, March 2021 release. This is the tote bag and accessories for the tote bag. You got the apron. You got, oh, candy swirl. Here's a candy swirl. The banner. And with the banner, there was the dollar horse and the snowflake, and there's also the word Noel, and it is in here too. So this was all together in a release. And then here is the pumpkin. This is September 2020 now. The strawberry, the pocket, and this is the first die that I did. So this is the pockets. You get different sizes. And I actually put a stamp set in here because I like to have a coordinating stamp set sometimes. And I've been thinking about maybe doing that. We'll see. More to come on that one. This one is a bunch of decorative stitching dies. Different size trees, star and heart. And you can see them here. And then I've got another set in here. Gingerbread men. I've got 2 in here because, you know, sometimes, well, usually cut 2 together. And those are the plain gingerbread man. Whoops, I hit the camera, guys. So now we're getting into the Christmas ones because I have them separated. Candy canes. Snowflake. Oh, man, I got to stop hitting the camera. Let me just push this to the side. Mitten. And the hanger for the mitten. And stocking, and the hanger for the stocking. All right, this is not going to do well if I keep this. So this bin has a lot of Christmas ones, and it also has some oversized dies. So let me show you the paper tray ones first. This is a very large hanger with accessory dies. They go with the mitten and the stocking. Here's a prim star. More of those same accessories. This is a snowman, the little guy. They have 2 sizes, a large and a small. So this is the small one, I believe. There's a Santa head, which you can see I've never done. Oh, there's a gingerbread house. I need to do that this year, hopefully. There's some holly. These are the presents for the car, I believe, or the truck. They have a truck die. Here it is. Here's the truck die, and here's the presents that can, you know, be used on them. Or you can use them for something else. Up to you. A wreath. Okay, so this is the car die with the tree that goes on top, because the curve of the tree actually matches the curve of the car. So you can see the back of the car right there. This is an ornament. Heirloom Ornaments 1 is what this one is. And then there's a decorative snowflake 2 to go along with it. And then this is Ornaments 2. So it's a different shape, if you can see that. And then you have the Christmas tree change up. Now, why is this in here? It's because you can make the tree out of paper, because there's no holes in the original die, and then you can die cut it with the holes. So if you want to make it out of felt, you can do that too. She separated them. So there's a stamp set that goes along with it, and it makes a dimensional box if you cut it from paper. But if you cut it from felt, you can make it into an ornament. And then there's this star. And I have 2 of them. Because you usually put 2 together. Okay, so those are the paper tray Christmas ones. And now we'll move into some of the other dies that are stored in here. And these are non-paper tray ones, so they will probably be Christmas or oversized. So I'm going to put these back in. And as I said, if you get bored, you guys can turn it off. I totally get it. This is a Stamp Market stitching die. This part right here makes it stitching, but it just does basically the veining of the tree. Got the Ellen Hudson Gingerbread Man and Gingerbread Girl. And again, you can convert it into a stitching die. I got my divider. I'm going to put these back. These are letters from the Stamp Market. I got the whole alpha set. They're called Stitched Alphabet. And it's very similar to the paper tray one. It's kind of like a cross-stitch alpha as opposed to, you know, regular stitching. All right, so Benzie Design had some collaboration with Neat and Tangled. This is the cactus, the cloud, the unicorn, the llama, the ugly sweater, and this is a ornament. Snowflake stitching is what it's called. So Benzie Design in conjunction with Neat and Tangled. I think you could get, if they're still available, you can get them on either website because they did a collaboration. All right, there's some Eileen Hull dies in here because I picked them up for stitching. This one's a Thinlet house. And you can see there's the house. And then this one is words. So I got more words here. Let's see, does she have it? You are my sunshine, happy birthday, love me. And there's a heart and a plus sign. So you know, had to have those. All right, this I think is a Memory Box. Yeah, or, you know, one of their sister companies. Yeah, Memory Box. So this is a heart pocket. There's the die. And you've got buttons and some leaves. This is a paper tray one. This is a Valentine one. Why is it together? Because the heart was in there. And I put all the hearts together. This is an MFT one. And this is another MFT one. This is like a nesting. And there's some on the back. And then this is this is the Prim Heart from Paper Tray. Again, they're together because all my hearts are together. This is Avery L. This is cross stitch heart too. So this is not, you know, regular stitching type die. Anything to do with stitching, I just put it together because that's how I think about things. Here's another one. It is MFT. It's a plush heart. And you can, these are usually the size that the actual die is. So that when you look at the image from Memory Box, they're usually showing you the exact size. So that is bin number 2. One more bin and we'll be done. And I'm sorry, this is a really long video, but somebody wanted to see them. So if you're still there, thanks for keeping on. Some of these are not really stitching dies, but they were made to make like that. This is a Biggs die that I got for $5. It's a coffee cozy. Why do I need another one? I don't know. It's a different size. So it was made to be, you could do, you know, you guys can figure it out. I just have to have. Okay. Lawn Fawn did some. This is thanks. Hello. Another hello in a different size from the Stamp Market. Now this is not meant to be a stitching die, but you could see the holes, right? So what was I thinking? Stitch them, cut them, and stitch them down. I don't need the base holes to stitch it down because you can, if you can follow that, you're good. Peekaboo Alphabet. So again, there are, is there 2 sets in here? It appears to be that there are 2 sets. I think this is an MFT. Yes, it is, because I have, whoa. I guess I have 3 sets. Interesting. Got ahead of myself. Well, you know, a lot of words have the same letter in it. You never know when you're going to need another letter to spell out what you need to do. This is a set of Stephanie Bernard framelits. And if you look at the dots around it, well, now you know why I bought the set. I don't know if it would cut felt. I have never tried it. But look at the way these are done. I don't know if this will cut felt, but we'll see whenever I get around to it. So I bought also the circle ones, which I already have. I mean, I have other dies that could do this. Here is a circle stitching die. It is for cross stitching. Not gonna lie. This one's an actual hoop for cross stitching. And I have 2 sizes, or 2 shapes. And these are both from Crafter's Companion, and they are thick. I think I got these from Tuesday Morning. Or maybe I'm lying. Maybe I got them from somewhere else. But anyway. Mama Elephant had some. You can see here. And this is just the center plate. This, I mean, you could cut the frame on its own without, you know, putting the holes in. W+9 had a few. Sucker for You. So this is a lollipop. And there is a stitching die in here. You just can't see it. It's beyond the label. And you can see I've never used it. This is an ice cream cone stitching die. You can see them right here. And I have a little tiny tooth. So if you are a parent that has a kid that is losing teeth, you can make a little pocket to hold a coin. I hope they haven't inflated the rates yet. Maybe $1. I don't know. This is another Eileen Hall one. I purchased these flowers here. Look at this. So I was thinking stitching or felt. See, it's got holes in it. I'm gonna put these back because yes, I do have them in a particular order. Okay, so I showed you that one. There's another flower from MFT. These are all flowers, it appears. Simon's a stamp. That's Daisy. Flower. Tulip. Daffodil and Daisy. I don't know why I have the rainbow in here, but I do. And Leaves from Concord and Ninth. Okay. And then we've got some more hearts. So if you look at this, it's just stitching lines. There's no actual die cut of the heart itself, but it cuts a heart shape with the dots. Here's a Tailored Expression one. Same kind of thing, different shape of heart. I know, I'm obsessed. W+9, same thing. And then this, I think this one, Jennifer McGuire might have designed. This is like hearts in a radiating pattern. So in Love. Whatever. I think she might have designed that. I could be wrong. Somebody can correct me. Won't bother me at all. Okay. So those are that side. And then I got one more side. Almost there. And I'm sorry again for taking so long. Ooh. They're slippery. Alright. There's a tag from Reverse Confetti. Another tag from Stamp Market. You can see these are all tags. 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 So these are like, again, cross-stitch type. Bookmark. But I see a tag. Elephant. Okay. So those were all tags. Now we're getting to animals. Elephant. These are Frantic Stamper. They're small though, so don't get all excited. Teddy bear. Look how small the teddy bear is. Okay, so elephant, bigger elephant. These are stitching lines. I don't know how all these got together, but they did. Butterfly. Hey, I got 2 butterflies. Awesome. Another butterfly. Okay, this is pretty heavy. Plush elegant butterfly. So they've got, I've got another one. This one. And this one's called cute butterfly, not elegant butterfly. Then I've got the fish. These are all memory box. And then a crab. And I've made the crab before. Penguin. Here's the penguin. I think they have another penguin out now. Fox. Okay, this is an Ellen Hudson one. This is the bear. She's got a lot of different things with the bear. Bear Hugs is what that one was called. The owl. A springtime chick. See, it's different from the chick that I did. It's sideways. The bunny. And this is the baby bunny. And this is the mama bunny. Springtime bunny. I think they're 2 different sizes. Yeah. And then there's some eggs. Who did the eggs? This looks like a paper tray. Yeah. Seasonal stitched eggs. That's the paper tray one. There's some eggs. Here's another egg. And another egg. Because I'm, you know, obsessed. Now, I have 2 of the basket. Again, because I'm obsessed with having to die cut 2 pieces at a time instead of 1 piece at a time, because I don't like to waste my time. Huh. Here's another egg from Tailored. Now, again, this is just stitch lines only. There's nothing that's going to cut that shape. This one actually is another egg. It's more for cross stitching. Marianne Creatables. There's a bunny. Who's this bunny? Ah, memory box. And then W+9 did a whole bunch of animals. So this is a dog, I believe. Nope, this is the panda. And I think it's got a flower for some reason. This is the dog. And it's got a heart. Pup. And this is a cactus. Or succulents with pots. Why is that one in with all the animals? I do not know. All right. Last set of stitching dies. Oh my goodness. More Christmas. Stars from Tailored Expressions. And actually, this one will cut the star out. It's not just the outline or the dots. There is the memory box stocking. Okay, so this one has a stamp set from Concord, but you can see that the sentiment here, built around the manger, can be stitched. So yeah, there's a snowman, and this is an Ellen Hudson snowman. This is a cupcake. This is, again, more stitching, like cross stitch for a tag, and you can use these other shapes as well. This is from a company in France, Simply Graphic. Yeah, simplygraphic.fr, not .com. Okay. Holly berries and holly. Oh, see? And I store a lot of different ones together, so there might be another company in there. This is a Stampin' Up! One. Festive Stitching Thinlits. So you get a lot of different shapes here. This is the memory box. Plush pointed ornament. This is a really tiny ornament. There's a tree. This is more for a card. Here's a larger ornament. And a star. And this is more like a cookie. You can see how it's decorated. So I pulled the, you can see I pulled the holly berries out and put it in my other die set instead of storing it with that. Star. Poinsettia. mitten, more stars. And again, I don't know if this will, see, I think I cut that. Okay, so you can see that inner star is this one right here. And this, the way this is designed, has just little bumps to cut the holes. So I wanted to see if it would actually cut those little holes, and it does. But you have to have the right pressure for your machine, I think. And then you've got all these other stamps or dies. Gingerbread Girly. The reindeer. Oh my gosh, I already had him. I just ordered him again. Which is fine because, again, I have to cut 2 in order for me to make the plush. So it just helps me to quickly do it quicker. I didn't realize I had this one. I just ordered this one from some website because it's harder to find. The larger snowman that they have. Well, actually, I don't know if they have another snowman. Tree. This is a Concord in 9th. It has the joy in it. That's why it's in here. And you can see what's with it. And then there's this one, which is merry, bright, and then you have the different tree ornament. Oh, they didn't do one for the candy cane, which doesn't make sense to me, but that's what they left out. And it has a stamp. So that is it, guys. That is my collection. I'm sorry this was so long. I will get out of your face. I hope you enjoyed that tour of my stitching collection. And if you guys are wondering what it looks like stored, again, they're all in the bins in a bookcase that's from IKEA. Billy bookcase. All right, that's it for now. Thanks for watching. Talk to you later. Bye.